And the second warning shot has already been administered. So again, at 9 o'clock this morning, the men's AK race will get underway. A couple of notes regarding the men's SWAC Conference Championships. The runners of the week for October 15th, Victor Cabet, a three-time runner of the week this season from Bethune-Cookman University. He led the Wildcats with a 23rd place finish out of 107 runners. In a recent competition, he completed the AK race at 25:31. Terry Garcon of Prairie View A&M. Garcon recorded a time of 25:40 in the AK at the DBU Old Glory Gallop. And he was the runner of the week for the week of October 8th. On October 1st, that week, Andrew Kiplagat of Jackson State. Kiplagat led the men in their first 4 mile of the season on their way up to a top 10 finish, and recorded a time of 21:23 in the 4 mile race. For the week of September 25th, Victor Cabet of Bethune-Cookman. Cabet finished 5th out of 143 runners and led the Wildcats with a 26:33 finish at the Embry-Riddle cross country. And then on September 11th, Noah Green of Prairie View A&M. Green finished 11th at the UT Tyler Cross Country Invitational in the men's 4 mile race, clocking a time of 21:16, leading the Panthers to a third place team finish overall. So those are your runners of the week for the 2024 cross country season. And again at 9 o'clock this morning, the men's AK race will get underway. The AK course record set by Connor Mance of BYU. His time 22:47 for the AK race. From BYU, he was the 2024 Olympic Marathon Trials champion, and he was 8th at the Paris Olympics with a time in the marathon at 2:08:12. The best AK time this season set by freshman Emily Rudo of LSU with a time of 24:31.5 in the AK. The 2023 team scores: Texas Southern won it last year with a score of 53 points, followed by Prairie View A&M at 66. Alcorn State was third overall with 90. Arkansas Pine Bluff with 96. They came in fourth, and Alabama State rounded out the top 5 in 2023 with 106 points. The runner of the year last year, Kelvin Kipkenboy of Alcorn State. He was the individual champion. And the all-SWAC first team in 2023 consisted of Kipkenboy of Alcorn State, Gonzalez of Texas Southern, Muhammad of Alabama State, Garcon of Prairie View A&M, and Johnson of Arkansas Pine Bluff. The all-SWAC second team in the men's AK back in 2023 consisted of Kippingedich of Alcorn State, Green of Prairie View A&M, Hudson of Jackson State, Washington of Texas Southern, and Coulter of Alabama State. If we were to go ahead and make this a hypothetical meet this morning, the imaginary results for what would happen if all the athletes in the SWAC competed head-to-head and every athlete ran their season best times, on paper, Prairie View A&M would have 58 points. Bethune-Cookman University would have 71. Jackson State would have 79. Alcorn State would have 91. And Southern would have 122. But again, this is just on paper. And we'll see how it goes this morning at 9 o'clock in the men's AK. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the third and final warning shot at 9 o'clock this morning. The men's AK race will get underway. That was the final warning. Athletes that are competing this morning, we'll introduce them now. From the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M, wearing bib 101 is Brannon. 102 is Cooper. 103, Kibatok. 104, Osorio. 105 is Roberts. 106, Spears. And 107, Turner. Those are your Bulldogs of Alabama A&M. For the Hornets of Alabama State, wearing bib 108 will be Beadle. 109 is Coulter. 110, Dancy. 111, Majors. 112, Mills. And 113, Thompson. For the Braves of Alcorn State, wearing bib 114 will be Alvarez. 115, Kipengedich. 116, Limo. 117, Matthews. 118, Moncure. And 119, Walker. For the Golden Lions of Arkansas Pine Bluff, wearing 120 will be Coleman. 121, Johnson. 122, Joseph. 123, Moses. 124, Mugetti. 125, Rochford. And 126, Samar. For the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman, wearing 127 will be Bethely. 128, Brown. 129, Buist. 130, Davis. 131 is Gill. 132 is Griffin. 133, Jackson. 134, Cabet. 135, Lee. 136, Longmire. For the Grambling State Tigers, wearing bib 137 will be Bailey. 138 will be Cherry. 139, Gatewood Peterson. 140, Greenwood. And 141, Starling. For the Tigers of Jackson State, wearing bib 142 will be Campbell. 143, Crutcher. 144, Eskridge. 145, Hudson. 146, Jackson. 147, Kiplagat. 148, Russell III. 149, Terrett. And 150, Turner. For the Devils of Mississippi Valley State, wearing bib 151 will be Finley. 152, Harris. 153, McBurrows. 154, McDonald Hilton. 155, Moss. 156, Rodriguez. And 157, Smoot. For the Panthers of Prairie View A&M, wearing bib 158 will be Cruz. 159, Garcon. 160 will be Green. 161, Johnson. 162, Reynolds. 163, Wilson. For the Jaguars of Southern, wearing bib 164 will be Alexander. 165 is Campbell. 166, Harris. 167 is Hughes. 168, Kip Kemboy. 169 is Miller. 170 is Phillips. And 171 is Stepter. And for the Tigers of Texas Southern, wearing bib 172 will be Adolphus. 173, Barrera. 174, Flores. 175, Garza. 176, Prince. And in 177, Rodriguez. In approximately 5 minutes at 9 o'clock this morning, the men's AK race will get underway. Attention fans, be sure to check out our photo bus 360 photo booth and sketch artists, all available free of charge for your enjoyment. Capture your memories in style, strike a pose, and take home a personalized sketch, all right here at the event. Don't miss out on these awesome experiences. Head over now and get your keepsake. Once again, some of the athletes you want to keep an eye on. The men's AK race, Victor Cabet, already a 3-time runner of the week this season from Bethune-Cookman University. Terry Garcon of Prairie View A&M. And also Noah Green from Prairie View A&M, along with Andrew Kiplagat of Jackson State. So again, keep an eye on those athletes as they come down the hill from the starting line. Time now 8:56, and at 9 o'clock this morning will be the men's AK. And once again, the AK course record set by Connor Mance of BYU, his time 22:47. The BYU grad, the 2024 Olympic Trials champion in the marathon, and he was 8th at the Paris Olympics with a time of 2:08:12. The best AK time this season on this course set by freshman Emily Ruto of LSU with a time of 24:31.5. The defending champion, Texas Southern, looking to have a good morning in the men's AK race. Last year, they scored 53 points. The runner-up last year, Prairie View A&M, was 66. And rounding out your top three in the 2023 SWAC Conference Championships, Alcorn State with 90. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the Jumbotron, the athletes are getting set and prepared in their boxes and waiting for final instructions. Also on this course, there are several camera angles. Again, you keep an eye on the Jumbotron, and you can see the leaders throughout the entire race with the different cameras set up around the course. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The flag is up, and the gun is about to go up. And we're about to begin the 2024 SWAC Cross Country Championships here in beautiful Tallahassee. And the athletes will be making their way down this hill. We want to cheer the athletes as they come by, ladies and gentlemen. This is the men's AK race here at the 2024 SWAC Cross Country Championships here in beautiful Tallahassee, Florida, home of the Florida A&M Rattlers. And here comes the lead vehicle now on the crest of the hill. And you'll see the athletes right behind it. And once again, you want to keep an eye on Victor Cabet and Terry Garcon, Andrew Kiplagat, and Noah Green. The athletes are making the way towards the tangent, coming down the hill. And again, it's important that the athletes keep an eye on each other. This is the ultimate team sport. The 2024 SWAC Conference Championships now underway. And once again, if you can focus on the Jumbotron, you'll see different camera angles throughout the course. And the lead vehicle now about 20 meters ahead of the lead pack. That looks like Victor Cabet of Bethune-Cookman. And Victor Cabet, a freshman of Bethune-Cookman, coming through at the kilometer at 3:36.9. He's a freshman. He's had a great season already. Three-time runner of the week this season for the SWAC conference. Kiplagat, another athlete you want to keep an eye on from Jackson State, another freshman. And Garza of Texas Southern, your top three at this moment. Kipatak of Alabama A&M currently in fourth, and Kipkenboy of Southern in fifth. Those are your top five right now. We're approaching the 4-minute 30 mark in the men's AK race. Texas Southern with the early lead with 57. Close behind is Alabama A&M with 61. Bethune-Cookman with 91. Early in the race right now, Victor Cabet wearing bib 134, your leader. And Kiplagat of Jackson State right with him. Cabet from Bethune-Cookman led the Wildcats with the 23rd place finish out of 107 runners. At a recent competition, he completed the AK race with a time of 25:31.3. Kiplagat of Jackson State led the men in their first 4-mile earlier this season in a top 10 finish and recorded a time of 21:23.03. So Cabet and Kiplagat running 1 and 2 respectively. Garza of Texas Southern, and then rounding out your top four, Kippatok of Alabama A&M. And if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, all four are freshmen. Now you see two athletes, Kibet from Bethune-Cookman, and you see Kiplagat of Jackson State, now breaking away from the rest of the field. Kibet of Bethune-Cookman, Kiplagat of Jackson State, now breaking away from the rest of the field. We're approaching the 6 minute 40 second mark. And again, the best 8K time this season set by freshman Emily Rudo of LSU at 24:31. That is the best 8K time on this course this season. The course record, all time, 22:47, set by Connor Mance of BYU. Kibet and Kiplagat now with a 9-second lead over the Chase Field. Texas Southern now leading with 53 points. Alabama A&M with 73. Bethune-Cookman with 104. Those are your top three teams. Now Prairie View moving up to 79 points. Prairie View A&M moving up one slot to 79. Bethune-Cookman University in fourth with 104. Jackson State in fifth. Alcorn State in sixth. And Southern in seventh. Early in the race, Texas Southern leading with 53 points. Texas Southern, the defending team champion. They scored 53 points last year. Prairie View A&M was second last year with 66. Alcorn State was third with 90 points. Fourth was Arkansas Pine Bluff with 96. And rounding out your top five last year in the 2023 team scores, Alabama State with 106. Kibet of Bethune-Cookman University, Kiplagat of Jackson State, again with a 9-second lead, perhaps now extending their lead over the Chase Field. Heading into the 9-minute 30-second mark. Kibet of Bethune-Cookman University, Kiplagat of Jackson State, now extending their lead close to 15 seconds over the Chase Field. Garcon of Prairie View A&M in third. Green of Prairie View in fourth. Adolphus of Texas Southern in fifth. Ladies and gentlemen, here come your leaders right now. Victor Kibet of Bethune-Cookman University. Andrew Kiplagat of Jackson State. Both athletes having a terrific morning. And here comes the Chase Field. And two athletes from Prairie View A&M. That's Garcon and Green. Followed by Adolphus of Texas Southern, Rodriguez of Texas Southern. We're at the 11-minute mark now in the 8K race. And this will definitely come down to the fifth person, the fifth athlete on each team to determine the overall team score. And again, Texas Southern, they are the defending team champions with 53 points. They're having a great morning. Prairie View A&M, their top two runners in the top five. Alcorn State finishing third last year with 90 points. Arkansas Pine Bluff with 96. And Alabama State with 106. Keep an eye on the fourth and fifth and sixth athlete of each team. They will be critical in the overall team scores. Victor Cabet, a freshman from Bethune-Cookman University, followed by Kiplicott, a freshman from Jackson State, running 1 and 2 this morning in the men's AK race. We're approaching the 13-minute mark. We're past the 4-kilometer mark in this race, so we're halfway, more than halfway through. Jose Gonzalez of Texas Southern making a strong move, trying to help his team defend the title. Quebec, Keplicott, Garcon, Green, Mugethi of Arkansas Pine Bluff now moving into fifth. Adolphus of Texas Southern. Garza of Texas Southern. Kip Kemboy of Southern. Reynolds of Prairie View A&M. And Osorio of Alabama A&M rounding out your top 10. Texas Southern now with 39 points. Prairie View they're currently in second, followed by Jackson State. Again, it's going to come down to the fourth, fifth, and sixth individual of each team that will make the overall team score. Texas Southern now with their top five with 62 points. Alabama A&M with 88. Those are your top two teams at this moment. Bethune-Cookman University now with 108 points. They're currently in third. And ladies and gentlemen, soon you'll see the athletes coming through each of the different sections of the course on the Jumbotron. We have at least 8 cameras situated around the course, and you'll be able to see the athletes at different locations. Texas Southern now leading with 62. Prairie View A&M moving up 1 to 78. Alabama A&M with 88. Bethune-Cookman University with 108. Approaching the 16-minute mark in the men's AK. On the Jumbotron, you'll see the team scores. Texas Southern with 62. Prairie View A&M with 79. They're moving up one slot. Alabama A&M with 88. Bethune-Cookman with 106. Victor Cabet now with approximately 15 seconds ahead of Kiplagat of Jackson State. Garcon of Prairie View A&M at 16:18. Green of Prairie View A&M at 16:18.9. Mugethi of Arkansas Pine Bluff at 16:20. Adolphus of Texas Southern at 16:27. And Garza at 16:27. Kip Kimboy of Southern at 16:29. And rounding out your top 10, Barrera in ninth position at 16:40. He's moved up 3 slots. And rounding out in your top 10, Reynolds of Prairie View A&M at 16:40. So Prairie View at this moment, 3 athletes in the top 10. Approaching 17 minutes and 30 seconds in the race. And Victor Cabet looks like he has a commanding lead over Kiplagat of Jackson State. Texas Southern now your leader at 60 points. Moving up one slot, Alabama A&M with 91. Bethune-Cookman University at 102. And now we have a new team score. Texas Southern with 60. Prairie View A&M with 82. Alabama A&M with 91. Bethune-Cookman with 102. Jackson State rounding out your top 5 in the team scores with 115. And ladies and gentlemen, at the crest of the hill, you'll see Victor Cabet of Bethune-Cookman University. Let's put your hands together for this outstanding athlete. Coming down the hill, Victor Cabet, just a freshman for the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman. And Victor Cabet looking over his shoulders to see how close number 2 happens to be. That's Andrew Kiplagat of Jackson State. Kiplagat of Jackson State, another freshman having a great morning. And we have 2 athletes from Prairie View A&M in the top 4. Cabet, Kiplagat, Garcon, Green, Mugethi. Your top 5. Kip Kimboy of Southern in 6th. Adolphus from Texas Southern in 7th. Garza of Texas Southern in 8th. Quebec now with about a 19-second lead over Kiplagat of Jackson State. Garcon of Prairie View A&M in third at 1940. Green of Prairie View at 1947. Mugethi of Arkansas Pine Bluff at 1950. Those are your top five. We're now approaching the 21-minute, 20-second mark in the 8K race. Quebec having an outstanding morning. Kiplagat in second. Garcon of Prairie View A&M in third. And Victor Quebec of Bethune-Cookman may have a shot at setting a personal best this season. The best time this season on this course was set by freshman Emily Rudo of LSU at 24:31.5. So keep an eye on the clock. Quebec, a freshman of Bethune-Cookman, having a great race this morning, followed by Kiplagat of Jackson State. Garcon of Prairie View A&M and Green of Prairie View A&M. Mugethi of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Again, those are your top five. Texas Southern leading in the team scores at 65. Alabama A&M at 95. Bethune-Cookman at 100. And Jackson State moving up one slot to 109 points. Those are your top four. And now we're approaching the 23-minute mark. Again, the best time this season set by Rudo of LSU at 24:31.5. Let's see if Victor Quebec can break that time this morning. Quebec, a freshman from Bethune-Cookman University, with a commanding lead over the rest of the field. And now Garcon of Prairie View A&M moving into second. Kiplagat of Jackson State in third at 22:56. Green of Prairie View at 23:12. Mugethi of Arkansas Pine Bluff at 23:12.3. And now we're approaching the 24-minute mark in the men's 8K. Soon you'll be able to see Victor Kiplagat Andrew Kiplagat of Jackson State and Victor Quebec of Bethune-Cookman. And Garcon of Prairie View A&M. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the crest of the hill, you'll see the lead vehicle. Right behind him will be Victor Quebec of Bethune-Cookman University. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Victor Quebec, a freshman from Bethune-Cookman University. Let's make some noise for this young man coming down the hill. Victor Quebec, a freshman from Bethune-Cookman University. Look at the time. We're at 25:42 right now. Victor Quebec, a Wildcat from Bethune-Cookman University. Here comes Garcon of Prairie View A&M. And Victor Cabet of Bethune-Cookman University, your 2024 individual champion in the SWAC Conference Championships. Garcon coming in second from Prairie View A&M. And rounding out your top three, Andrew Kiplagat of Jackson State. And coming in fourth position for Prairie View A&M is Green, sophomore. And rounding out your top five, Mugethi of Arkansas Pine Bluff at 26-31. And the number one runners of each team now finishing strong. And if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, the top five athletes are all underclassmen, either freshmen or sophomores. And again, keep an eye on the Jumbotron. You'll see the team scores popping up momentarily. Victor Cabet of Bethune-Cookman, the overall winner at 25:58.4. Garcon of Prairie View A&M at 26:08.2. Kiplagat of Jackson State at 26:15.8. Green at 26:27.1. Mugethi at 26:31.4. Now this is going to get interesting. We have the number 4, number 5, and number 6 runners coming in for several of the teams, and we'll be getting the team scores. Alabama A&M right now, Texas Southern with 69, Alabama A&M with 95, Bethune-Cookman with 102. And as of right now, Texas Southern looks like to be the defending champions at 69 points. Alabama A&M with 95, Bethune-Cookman with 102. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the first call for the women's 5K. That was the first fire. At 9:30, that was the first warning. At 10 o'clock this morning, we will have the women's 5K race underway. That was the first warning. The next warning will be at 9:40 this morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the Jumbotron, you'll see that Texas Southern, the 2024 SWAC Conference champion, team champion with 69 points. Alabama A&M with 95. Bethune-Cookman with 102. And now we have a change. Texas Southern with 69. Prairie View with 85. Alabama A&M with 95. Bethune-Cookman with 102. Jackson State with 103. Southern with 153. So Texas Southern still will maintain their team championship at 69 points. Prairie View A&M with 85. Alabama A&M with 95. Bethune-Cookman with 102. If we can have Victor Cabet make his way back over to the finish line at this time. Victor Cabet, please make your way back over. And ladies and gentlemen, you can see that the team scores are now in. Texas Southern with 69. Prairie View A&M with 85. Alabama A&M with 95. Bethune-Cookman with 102. Jackson State with 103. Southern with 153. Moving up 2 slots, Alabama State with 167. And in 8th, Alcorn State with 175 points. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the individual champion from Bethune-Cookman University, Victor Cabet. Victor, outstanding season, great race this morning. Tell me, what was your preparation like for today's race?
Coming into this race, I was sure I was prepared with the training our coach gave us. I was confident that I was going to win it. Thank you.
And now that you have this win under your belt, what is the season going to look like after today?
I'm just ready to get into indoors next season. Yeah, and I'm excited for it. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for Victor Cabet, just a freshman from Bethune-Cookman University, the 2024 SWAC individual champion. Congratulations, Victor.
Thank you.
The SWAC would also like to thank the following sponsors for their support of this event: Pepsi, General Motors, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Nike, Google, Home Depot, JP Morgan Chase, and the City of Tallahassee. At 10 o'clock this morning, the women's 5K will get underway. Just a reminder, fans, please stick around for the presentation of the awards following the women's race. We will be announcing the 2024 All SWAC teams, runners of the year, coaches of the year, and we'll have the presentation of the 2024 men's and women's cross-country championship trophies. That will be held immediately after the women's 5K race. Attention fans, be sure to check out our Photo Bus 360 photo booth and sketch artist. All available free of charge for your enjoyment. Capture your memories in style, strike a pose, and take home a personalized sketch. All right here at the event. Don't miss out on these awesome experiences. Head over now and get your keepsake. The time now is 9:42. The second warning shot has been given. At 10 o'clock this morning, we will have the women's 5K race. Some of the athletes you want to keep an eye on in the 5K race. Tara Burt of Florida A&M. Burt slashed nearly 2 minutes of her previous personal record in the 5K, clocking an impressive 18:54 to finish 51st out of overall of 151 runners in a recent competition. Murphy of Prairie View A&M, she recorded a time of 19:27 in the 5K at the DBU Old Glory Gallop to lead the Lady Panthers. Amara Hawkins Quinones of Jackson State, she recorded a personal best time of 20:56:24. Valencia Butler of Bethune-Cookman University, Butler showed her leadership during the Duval 5K Invitational with an impressive time of 21:22. Shamia Jones of Alabama State, she set a personal best at the Southern Showcase in Huntsville with a time of 18:34 in the 5-kilometer race, and she paced the Lady Hornet squad that saw all 6 student athletes set personal best at the Southern Showcase. And Ann Badawi of Alabama State. Badawi finished 6th with a time of 19:35 in the 5K to lead 3 Alabama State runners in the top 10 at the opener hosted by Mississippi College. So those are some of the names you'll want to keep an eye out in the women's 5K race this morning. In the 2023 team scores, Florida A&M, the overall team winner, with 63 points. Alabama State was second with 72 points, and Alabama A&M was third with 99 points. Arkansas Pine Bluff fourth with 110 points. Alcorn State was fifth with 122 points. These were last year's team scores with the Rattlers winning with 63 points. The 5-course record was set by All-American Mercy Chelangat of Alabama, a time of 16:50. She set that at the 2020 FSU Invitational. The best 5K time this year set by senior All-American Lorena Rangel-Batris of LSU at 16:55.3. The All-SWAC first team last year, Kip Tui of Alcorn State, Bernardin of Alabama State, Jones of Alabama State, and Lewis of Southern, and Gallegos of Alcorn State. That was the All-SWAC first team in 2023. The All-SWAC second team, Williams of Florida A&M, Wingo of Alabama A&M, Benjamin of Alabama State, Coleman of Florida A&M, and Barrera of Florida A&M. In a hypothetical situation for imaginary results for what would happen if all the athletes in the SWAC competed head-to-head and every athlete ran their season best times, this is what it would look like on paper. Alabama State would score 39 points. Prairie View A&M would score 56. Florida A&M would score 89. Alabama A&M would score 136. And Texas Southern would score 162. But this is just on paper. We'll see what happens at 10 o'clock this morning when the race actually begins. Once again, the 5K course record set by Mercy Chelangat, an All-American from Alabama, at 16:50.30. And she set that at the 2020 FSU Invitational. SWAC Conference Championship time now is 9:50 in approximately 10 minutes. The women's 5K race will get underway. Let's introduce the athletes from each team. Representing the Lady Bulldogs of Alabama A&M, wearing bib 178, will be Carrizal. 179 will be Gibson. 180 will be Hill. 181 will be Isom. 182 will be Johnson. 183, Odihambo. 184, Samuels. 185, Scriven. 186, Wingo. And 187, Tia Wingo. The Hornets of Alabama State, wearing bib 188, will be Boyer. 189, Degbo. 190 will be Jones. 191 will be Reed L. 192 will be Wickett. And 193 will be Williams. For Alcorn State, the Braves, wearing bib 194 will be Caesar. 195 will be Chariot. 196 will be Gallegos. 197 will be Kiptum. 198 will be Netter. 199 will be Robertson. For the Golden Lions of Arkansas Pine Bluff, wearing bib 200 will be Kimball. 201 will be Perry. 202 will be Pennock. 203 will be Please Carney. 204 will be Plummer. And 205 will be Robinson. For the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman, 206, bib 206 will be Butler. 207, Edwards. 208, Grant. 209, Ives. 210, Murillo. 211, Peterson. 212, Robinson. 213 Toussaint, 214 Wilford, and 215 Williams. For the Rattlers of Florida A&M, we're in bib 216 will be Burt, 217 Coleman, 218 Cope, 219 Dabowski, 220 Douglas, 221 Gordon, 222 Prather, 223 Salmon, and 224 Williams. For the Tigers of Grambling State, where in bib 225 will be Barrage, 226 Ford, 227 Jones, 228 McLemore, and 229 Smith. For the Tigers of Jackson State, where in bib 230 is Barak, 231 is Green, 232 Hawkins Quinones, 233 Moss, 234 Petty, 235 Richardson, 236 Thompson. For the Devilettes of Mississippi Valley State, we're in bib 237 will be Plewellen, 238 Gibson, 239 Cambier, 240 Payne, 241 Snap, 242 Ware. For the Panthers of Prairie View A&M, 243 will be Akinwunmi, 244 Bethea, 245 Bradley, 246 Brewer, 247 Clark, 248 Fitzpatrick, 249 Miller, 250 Murphy, 251 Price, and 252 Richardson. For the Jaguars of Southern, we're in bib 253 will be Jepchumba, 254 Kent, 255 Unchangu, 256 Simon, 257 Thomas, 258 Terrell, and 259 Williams. And for the Tigers of Texas Southern, we're in bib 260 will be Brown, 261 Gaston, 262 Rangel, 263 Roberts, and 264 Williams. These are your athletes competing in the women's 5K race beginning at 10 o'clock this morning. And once again, keep an eye on the following athletes. Representing the Rattlers of Florida A&M, Burt. Prairie View A&M, Murphy. Jackson State, Hawkins Quinones. Bethune-Cookman University, Butler. From Alabama State, Jones. And from Alabama State, Badawi. All of these athletes that were just mentioned were runners of the week during the season. So again, the women's 5K race beginning at 10 o'clock this morning. Time now, 9:55. The women's 5K, 3.1 miles, the best 5K time this season on this course, set by senior All-American Lorena Rangel-Batras of LSU, running 16:55.3 in the 5K race. The defending team champion, the Rattlers of Florida A&M, back in 2023 scored 63 points. Alabama State was second last year with 72. Alabama A&M third with 99 points. Arkansas Pine Bluff was fourth with 110. And Alcorn State was fifth with 122 points. So Florida A&M looking to repeat as the team champion here at the 2024 SWAC Cross Country Championships here in beautiful Tallahassee. And ladies and gentlemen, you'll see on the Jumbotron, the athletes are preparing and waiting for last-minute instructions. The athletes are also huddling up, getting themselves psyched up for the upcoming 5K race. The 2024 SWAC Cross Country Championships and the women's 5K about to begin. Instructions are now being given for the athletes at the starting line. And again, you want to keep an eye on some of the teams that are competing, like Florida A&M, the defending champions in the SWAC Cross Country Championships and the women's 5K race, along with Alabama State and Alabama A&M, rounding out your top three from last year's results. Florida A&M last year placed 6th, 9th, 10th, 14th, and 24th individually. Alabama State had athletes that finished 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 17th, and 42nd. Alabama A&M had individuals that placed 7th, 11th, 16th, 30th, and 35th individually. Arkansas Pine Bluff had individuals that placed 12th, 21st, 22nd, 26th, and 29th. And Alcorn State had the individual champion, plus they had an individual that finished 5th, 28th, 43rd, and 45th, respectively. And on the Jumbotron, you will see the starter with the red flag. The gun will go up, and we are about to begin. The 2024 SWAC Cross Country Championships Women's 5K now underway. And the team with the orange singlet with the green shorts, that looks like Florida A&M, the defending team champions. And ladies and gentlemen, at the crest of the hill, you'll see the lead vehicle. And soon behind the lead vehicle, you'll see the athletes. You'll want to keep an eye on Tara Burt of Florida A&M. Burt slashed nearly 2 minutes of her previous personal record in the 5K, coming in with an impressive 18:54. Burt of Florida A&M, along with Murphy of Prairie View A&M, has run 19:27.2. Hawkins Quinones of Jackson State has recorded a time of 20:56.24. And that's Burt of Florida A&M, your leader. Followed by Douglas of Florida A&M. And we're approaching the 2-minute, 20-second mark in the women's 5K. And the Rattlers of Florida A&M have 2 of their athletes in the top 4. Once again, we have several cameras positioned around the course, and you can keep an eye on the Jumbotron to see your athletes competing in the women's 5K here at the SWAC Cross Country Championships. And that is Burt from Florida A&M, your leader. And for the Rattlers of Florida A&M, Tara Burt peaking at the right moment, following close behind. We're in bib number 260. And that's Brown of Texas Southern running alongside Burt of Florida A&M. And we're approaching the 5-minute mark in the women's 5K. Douglas of Florida A&M also having a terrific morning thus far. Again, keep an eye on the Rattlers of Florida A&M wearing the orange singlet and the green shorts, defending champions. Olivia Brown of Texas Southern now running alongside Burt of Florida A&M. Brown is a sophomore. And Tara Burt is a junior from Florida A&M. And soon, ladies and gentlemen, we will see the running scores of the teams along with the individual standings. At the 2,000-meter mark, Burt of Florida A&M coming through at 6:25.9. Brown of Texas Southern at 6:27 flat. And here are your top 5 right now. Burt of Florida A&M, Brown of Texas Southern, Gallegos of Alcorn State, Ochangu of Southern, and Reed L. of Alabama State. Those are your top 5 right now. Alabama State coming through with their top 5 at 42 points. Florida A&M with 56. Alabama A&M with 145. Alabama State, the runner-up last year, scored 72 points. Now they're in the lead early in the race with 42 points. Florida A&M at 56. Prairie View A&M with 121. Alabama A&M with 145. Those are your top four teams. Burt of Florida A&M, Brown of Texas Southern running 1 and 2. Burt with about a 2-second lead over Brown. Gallegos of Alcorn State in third at 640.5. Onchangu of Southern at 640.6. And Reed L at 640.6. So your top five right now, separating about 15 seconds between place 1 through 5. Burt of Florida A&M, Brown of Texas Southern on the Jumbotron right now, running neck and neck. Gallegos of Alcorn State in third. And they've got about a 13-second lead. Burt and Brown, 13 seconds ahead of Gallegos of Alcorn State and Onchangu of Southern and Reed L. of Alabama State. Keep an eye on the team scores, ladies and gentlemen. Alabama State now with 42. Florida A&M with 56. That can change quickly. Again, it comes down to the fifth person. The fourth, fifth, and sixth person can make it for each of the teams. Alabama State now with 42. Florida A&M with 56. Prairie View A&M with 121. Those are your top three teams thus far. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the Jumbotron, you'll see the two athletes. That looks like Burt of Florida A&M, Brown of Texas Southern, now with the commanding lead over the Chase Field. The best 5K time this season, once again set by senior All-American Lorena Rangel-Batris of LSU. Her time 16:55.3 at the FSU Invitational earlier this season. Keep an eye on the clock. These two athletes, Burt and Brown, they have a shot at breaking 17 minutes this morning. Now Brown from Texas Southern, she's a sophomore, moving up one place. Burt, a junior from Florida A&M, running 1 and 2. Jones of Alabama State moving up 3 slots. And now she's in third. Gallegos of Alcorn State at 10:06.9. Wickett of Alabama State moving into the top 5. Williams of Texas Southern. Williams of Alabama State. Reed L. of Alabama State. Onchangu of Southern. And Coleman of Florida A&M rounding out your top 10. Alabama State coming in with their top 5 athletes. Right now, they're your team leader at 35. Florida A&M with 53. Here come your lead athletes right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them some love. That's Brown of Texas Southern, Burt of Florida A&M. Brown, a sophomore from Texas Southern. Burt, a junior from Florida A&M. Here comes Jones of Alabama State and Gallegos of Alcorn State. And Alabama State looking mighty strong right now. 3, now 4 in the top 15. Florida A&M, their top 4 in the top 20. Prairie View A&M looking very strong. And ladies and gentlemen, this may be a very close team title. Alabama State, Florida A&M, Prairie View A&M, all 3 teams vying for that team title. It may come down to that fifth athlete, that fifth runner for each team. And we're at the 12-minute, 40-second mark. Brown of Texas Southern, Burt of Florida A&M, Jones of Alabama State, Gallegos of Alcorn State, Wickett of Alabama State. Those are your top five. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the best time this season on this course set by All-American Lorena Rango-Batres of LSU at 16:55.3. Brown of Texas Southern and Burt of Florida A&M, they're pretty much on course. They could break that this morning. Alabama State now with 35, Florida A&M with 53, Prairie View A&M with 110, Alabama A&M with 121. And the Rattlers of Florida A&M looking to repeat as conference champions this morning, but they have a tough foe with Alabama State with 35 points. That's a pretty incredible score. 35 points for the Hornets of Alabama State, Florida A&M with 53, Prairie View A&M with 110, and Alabama A&M with 121. And we're now approaching the 15-minute mark in the women's 5K. At the 4,000-meter mark, take a look at the Jumbotron, and you'll see the times of the individuals. That'll be popping up shortly. At the 4-kilometer mark, Brown at 14:58.4 from Texas Southern. Burt at 15:11.4. Looks like Brown of Texas Southern opening up a little bit of a gap over Burt of Florida A&M. Jones of Alabama State at 15:25. Williams of Alabama State at 15:34. Wickett of Alabama State. So far, a dominant performance by the Hornets of Alabama State, with Jones, Williams, and Wickett third, fourth, and fifth, respectively. Again, Brown of Texas Southern, Burt of Florida A&M running 1 and 2, Jones of Alabama State, she's a senior, Williams a junior of Alabama State, and Wickett a senior of Alabama State. Coleman of Florida A&M now in the top 10. And now we're approaching the 16-minute, 30-second mark. And soon you will see the lead vehicle coming up to the crest of the hill. And now we're heading into the 17-minute, 30-second mark. Olivia Brown, a sophomore from Texas Southern. Tara Burt, a junior from Florida A&M. Jones, a senior from Alabama State. Those are your top three. And ladies and gentlemen, if you can see at the crest of the hill, the lead vehicle. Olivia Brown is right behind that lead vehicle. Let's have all of Tallahassee hear your noise when she comes down that hill. Olivia Brown of Texas Southern. Tara Burt of Florida A&M. And here she comes, ladies and gentlemen. If you look over by the crest of the hill, by the big oak, you'll see Olivia Brown. And from Alabama State, that's Shamia Jones. Jones of Alabama State at 19:16. Tara Burt of Florida A&M at 19:20. Williams of Alabama State at 19:22.2. Wickett at 19:23. Gibson of Alabama A&M at 19:33.2. And ladies and gentlemen, on the Jumbotron, you can definitely see Shamia Jones of Alabama State at 19:16.3. Tara Burt of Florida A&M at 19:20.9. Williams of Alabama State at 19:22.2. Wickett of Alabama State at 19:23. Gibson at 19:32.2. And right now, we're looking at the team's scores. We're still waiting for the other team's fifth runner to come in. Looks like Florida A&M at this moment have all five of their athletes in with 52 points. Prairie View A&M with 91. And we're still waiting for the other scores to arrive. Alabama A&M coming in at 98. Now Alabama State with 49 points. Alabama State with all five of their athletes scoring. The team score of 49 points. Florida A&M with 52. Prairie View A&M with 91. Alabama A&M with 98. Again, Alabama State with 49 points. Florida A&M with 52. Prairie View A&M with 91. Alabama A&M with 98. We're still waiting for the other scores to come in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the overall individual winner from Alabama State, Shemaya Jones, a senior. And this is her last competition representing the Lady Hornets of Alabama State. Shemaya, well done, great race. Tell me a little bit your mental preparation for this morning.
Well, first, thank you. And my mental preparation was, I always pray and I always work hard and just make sure I keep myself motivated, I stay focused and just try to tune out every other thing other than what I'm trying to focus on. And, I was just trying to focus on my race for today and make sure I was locked in. And, I had a goal to win, and that happened. And I'm grateful.
Now that this race is under your belt and you have the individual title, what's on tap for you for the rest of the season?
Well, I may go to regionals, cross-country regionals, and I will be graduating in December. So, I'm not sure about indoor season or outdoor season yet. But, I just wanted to focus on this race right here and make sure I finish strong, leave my mark. And, I did just that.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, an outstanding senior from Alabama State, your individual champion, Miss Shemaya Jones from Alabama State. Put your hands together. And now back to the team scores. Alabama State with 49 points. Florida A&M with 52. Prairie View A&M with 91. Alabama A&M with 98. Arkansas Pine Bluff now finishing fifth with 170. They moved up 2 slots. Alcorn State with 181, and Bethune-Cookman University with 197 points. So at this juncture, Alabama State, the overall team champion with 49 points, followed by the Rattlers of Florida A&M with 52. Fans, please stick around for the awards presentation, which will be held shortly over by the awards podium. Again, please stick around because we'll be giving out individual and team awards in a few moments. Attention fans, be sure to check out our photo bus, 360 photo booth, and sketch artist, all available free of charge for your enjoyment. Capture your memories in style, strike a pose, and take home a personalized sketch, all right here at the event. Don't miss out on these awesome experiences. Head over now and get your keepsake.
testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, test. Mic check, 1, 2. Award stage, mic 1, 2.
Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Southwestern Athletic Conference would like to thank you for your support for the 2024 SWAC men's and women's cross-country championships. At this time, if you can make your way over to the awards podium, we'll be representing individual and team awards. So please, athletes and coaches and fans, please make your way over to the awards podium at this time. The SWAC would also like to thank the following sponsors for their support: Pepsi, General Motors, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Nike, Google, Home Depot, J.P. Morgan Chase, and Visit Tallahassee. And once again, if you could make your way over to the awards podium at this time, we will be giving out individual and team awards, as well as athletes and coaches of the year awards. So please make your way over. Ladies and gentlemen, now please give us your attention for the Post-Championships Awards ceremony. Here to present the awards is SWAC Commissioner Dr. Charles McClelland. At this time, we will announce the women's second team performers. Please come forward when your name is called. And now for the 2024 SWAC Cross Country Championship second team women's performers. Finishing in 10th, from Alabama State, Angelique Dagbo. Please come up to the awards podium to receive your award. From Florida A&M, Lacey Daboski. From Southern, Doreen Onchangu. From Texas Southern, Jessica Williams. From Florida A&M, Nia Coleman. And now for the women's first team performers. Please come forward when your name is called. Coming in 5th, from Alabama A&M, Sanye Gibson. Coming in 4th, from Alabama State, Talia Wickett. Earning the bronze from Alabama State, Aaliyah Williams. Your 2024 runner-up in the women's 5K here at the SWAC Cross Country Championships from Florida A&M, Tara Burt. And your individual champion here at the 2024 SWAC Cross Country Championships, a senior from Alabama State, Shamaya Jones. And now we will announce the runner of the year for the women. After finishing first place in the 5-kilometer race at the 2024 SWAC Women's Cross Country Runner of the Year from Alabama State, senior Shamaya Jones. And how about another round of applause for our student athlete individual award recipients? Congratulations, ladies. And now here are the other awards for the women. The 2024 SWAC Women's Cross Country Coach of the Year. From Alabama State, Coach Richie Bean. And now to announce the top teams. First with the women. Finishing in third, the Lady Panthers with Prairie View A&M with 86 points. And ladies from Prairie View A&M, if you can make your way up to the stage at this time. And now finishing in second place with a score of 49 points, the Lady Rattlers of Florida A&M. And now, the 2024 SWAC Women's Cross Country Champions with an outstanding score of 47 points, your Lady Hornets of Alabama State. Please come up to the podium. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the individual performers for the men. We have the men's second team performers. Please come forward when your name is called. In the men's 8-kilometer race, coming in 10th from Alcorn State, Aloysius Kipgenich. Coming in 9th place from Southern, Kelvin Kipkimboy. Coming in 8th place from Texas Southern, Brandon Adolphus. Coming in 7th from Texas Southern, Manuel Garza. And coming in 6th from Alabama State, John Coulter. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your men's second team performers. Congratulations, gentlemen. And now, the men's first team performers. Please come forward when your name is called. Coming in 5th from Arkansas Pine Bluff, Inertia Mugethi. Coming in 4th position from Prairie View A&M, Noah Green. Earning the bronze from Jackson State, Andrew Kiplagat. Your 2024 runner-up in the 2024 SWAC Cross Country Championships from Prairie View A&M, Terry Garcon. And your overall individual champion. He is just a freshman from Bethune-Cookman University, Victor Cabet. And now we will announce the runner of the year for the men. After finishing first place in the 8-kilometer race, the 2024 SWAC Men's Cross Country Runner of the Year, a freshman from Bethune-Cookman University, Victor Cabet. And once again, how about another round of applause for our student athlete individual award recipients. And now for the awards for the Men's Cross Country Coach of the Year. The 2024 SWAC Men's Cross Country Coach of the Year. From Texas Southern, Coach Clyde Duncan Sr. Congratulations, Coach. And now to announce the top men's teams. Finishing in third place with the score of 95 points, Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M scoring 95 points in today's meet. Finishing in second place with a score of 85 points, Prairie View A&M. And once again, Prairie View A&M, the runner-up. The team scores with 85 points. And now, the 2024 SWAC's Men's Cross Country Champions. with an outstanding score of 69 points, Texas Southern. On behalf of the SWAC Commissioner, Dr. Charles McClellan, and the SWAC Council of Presidents, we would like to congratulate you and your team's hard work to become SWAC champions. Congratulations, Texas Southern. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 2024 SWAC Men's and Women's Cross Country Championships Awards ceremony. Today's results and photos from the championship will be available on the Championship Central page. Please visit www.swac.org for all the most up-to-date information pertaining to SWAC sports. Thank you for joining us today, and please have a safe trip home. Congratulations to everyone here at the 2024 SWAC